ASEAN and Korea, united in innovation and inclusivity. 11 nations, one partnership. Yet, our region faces urgent challenges. Climate risks, social inclusivity, digital transformation. Now is the time to act together. Through partnership and trust, we can shape our future, and our path forward is clear. Sustainability, innovation, inclusivity. These values unite ASEAN and Korea, guiding us toward a resilient future. Welcome to the ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Talks.
Yes, why don't we start with a big round of applause? Well, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Talks with me, Shin Ji-hye, as the MC. Well, today, since 2022, the AKC have actively advanced the ESG cooperation with the ASEAN and Korea, including, of course, the publication of a bilingual ESG guidebook in English and Korean. This year, the Sustainable Innovation Talks brings together the ASEAN and Korean stakeholders from the environment, social, and governance sector, and also the stakeholders from the technology sector in order to discuss how to address and then to leverage the ESG practices in synergy with the innovative technologies. Well, the center will also launch the second edition of its ESG guidebook series, the ESG Practices in ASEAN and Korea Part 2, Pathways in Action, Corporate Implementation Case Studies. Well, this publication will examine the ESG practices of across all 10 ASEAN member states, highlighting both the emerging initiatives and the pioneering efforts led by the leading companies, and also a comprehensive final report is scheduled for the release by the end of the year with some case findings to be introduced during today's session, the Sustainability Talk session. Now, to guide you through what we have in store for you today, the agenda boasts the curation of the insightful sessions poised to shed light on the dynamics of the ESGs and also the AI landscape of the ASEAN as well as Korea. So at the first session, 5 representatives from ASEAN companies featured in the case studies will present their ESG implication strategies and share their key insights from the interviews. And also in the following sessions, we will be exploring the AI collaboration between ASEAN and the Korea through an ESG lens, examining the AI readiness, its role in addressing the climate change and promoting the inclusivity and ensuring responsible governance. And the final session, the innovative talk, will feature policy perspectives from EU, USA, ASEAN, and Korea, focusing on the international AI developments and also the opportunities to strengthen the ASEAN-Korea AI relationships and its cooperation. Well, having said that, we're going to now kick off the opening ceremony here at the ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Talks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in line with today's AI theme, we're very delighted to present to you a special performance which is prepared by Mr. Yeom Dong-gyun. So let us start this special performance with a big round of applause.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Yeom Dong-gyun, a drawing artist. I create diverse content by combining art and technology. Today, I bring artificial intelligence onto this stage. Let's start with ChatGPT. I prepared a few questions in advance. This question, here's what ChatGPT said: economic collaboration, cultural exchange, mutual understanding. Now, I will spray paint on avatar to read this answer. no smell. It's made for indoor space. Music, please. Who is this? This is Secretary General. Kim Jae-shin. Yeah, pretty similar, right? I took a photo with my smartphone in the middle of the performance for uploading to an AI platform that animates the image. From there, this artwork becomes a video that reads out ChatGPT's answer. To make the video, we need a face, a script, and his voice. With his permission, we train an AI voice model. Before that, let's hear his real voice play.
The ASEAN-Korea Center is an international organization established in 2009 by the government of Korea and the 10 ASEAN member states in an effort to expand economic and socio-cultural exchange and cooperation between ASEAN and Korea. As the only international organization for ASEAN-Korea relations, we are committed to contributing to a brighter shared future, leveraging our developments and milestones so far.
Now, here's AI-generated voice.
Summarize the purpose of establishing the ASEAN-Korea Center in 3 words: economic cooperation, cultural exchange, mutual understanding.
Amazing. 자, the AI is rendering the video now. While it renders, I'll draw one more piece. I'll write AKC, short for the ASEAN-Korea Center, in crafty letter style. I'll do it in my own style. Write A, K, and C. Add more tips. And a few small details. Finally, a gradient like this really polishes the piece. 짠! The video is ready. Let's watch.
Summarize the purpose of establishing the ASEAN-Korea Center in 3 words: economic cooperation, cultural exchange, mutual understanding.
Amazing. Finally, we will have the secretary comments. Are you ready?
Hello, I am Jae-shin Kim, Secretary General of the ASEAN-Korea Center. Thank you all for joining us today to celebrate the friendship and cooperation between ASEAN and Korea, and a warm welcome to everyone. I would also like to ask you to give a big round of applause to Mr. Dong Yun-yong, the AI performance artist, for presenting this special opening performance and giving us the opportunity to meet you in such a unique way. To officially begin the event, I will now come up on stage myself to greet you all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen a performance by Mr. Yeom Dong-gyu. Why don't we give him a big round of applause? Amazing what AI can do nowadays. We got the voices from Secretary General's video message, and we also saw the drawing by Mr. Yum, and we got it together, and we saw AI version of the Secretary General greeting us. And now, however, we have the real Secretary General here with us, so we're going to invite him to the stage to say his opening remarks. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage His Excellency Mr. Kim Jae-shin, the Secretary General of the ASEAN-Korea Culture. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Hello, everyone. I'm the real Kim Jae-shin. Did you enjoy the performance? It's very, very amazing. I think the voice and the picture is much better than me in person. Huh? Do I look similar to the picture? His Excellency Wong Kai-jun, Ambassador Designate of Singapore to the Republic of Korea, and Chair of ASEAN Committee in Seoul, Excellencies, distinguished guests, and speakers from ASEAN and Korea, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. 안녕하십니까? I'd like to give my warm welcome to everyone joining us today for the ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Talks. I would also like to express my deepest gratitude to our partners, Yonsei University, Digital Trade Research Center, and the ASEAN Innovation Business Platform who made this endeavor possible. Since 2022, the ASEAN-Korea Center has actively advanced ESG cooperation between ASEAN and Korea, including the publication of a bilingual ESG guidebook in English and Korea. As MC already mentioned, this year the AKC aims to further strengthen the ASEAN-Korea ESG partnership by continuing the ESG guidebook series with its second volume, ESG Practices in ASEAN and Korea, Part 2, Pathways in Action, Corporate Implementation Case Studies. This publication will examine ESG practices across all 10 ASEAN member states, highlighting both emerging initiatives and pioneering efforts by leading companies. Based on interviews with the representatives of leading ASEAN enterprises, the publication is scheduled to launch by the end of this year. We look forward to sharing its findings and continuing our collective efforts to strengthen ESG practices and foster sustainable growth across the region. Distinguished participants, affecting almost 40% of jobs across the world, artificial intelligence is projected to increase global GDP by $7 trillion in the next decade, according to Goldman Sachs. With one of the world's most tech-savvy populations, AI is also rapidly emerging as a transformative force in ASEAN. Recognizing its potential, ASEAN is increasingly investing in all ASEAN AI development and skills to drive innovation and support sustainable growth across the region. AI is also a powerful enabler of ESG goals, assisting organizations set objectives, measure progress, and make data-driven decisions. Companies are already leveraging AI to enhance energy efficiency in data centers, strengthen crime prevention, and extend care to marginalized groups. However, integrating AI also presents its challenges. This significant energy consumption of AI system is a pressing concern, with studies suggesting that adding AI to search engine alone could increase the current energy use more than tenfold. AI also introduces bias, hallucinations, and decision-making errors that threaten corporate sustainability. For middle power regions like ASEAN and countries like Korea, these challenges present both responsibility and an opportunity. By integrating sustainability and digital innovation, we can develop transformative solutions to address global challenges more effectively. Leveraging AI to advance ESG initiatives while also embedding ethical and sustainable practices into AI development will foster innovation that delivers long-term value for communities and the environment. Against this backdrop, the ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Talks will explore the intersection of ESG and AI, strengthening ASEAN-Korea collaboration on sustainability and assessing both regions' readiness for AI adoption. In the first session, Sustainability Talks, representatives from 5 ASEAN companies featured in the case study will present their ESG implementation strategies and share key insights gathered from the interviews. The following session will explore AI collaboration between ASEAN and Korea through an ESG lens by examining AI readiness, its role in addressing climate change, promoting inclusivity, and ensuring responsible governance. The innovation talks will feature policy perspectives from the EU, USA, ASEAN, and Korea, with a focus on international AI policy developments and opportunities to strengthen ASEAN-Korea AI cooperation. A roundtable will follow suit in the respective sessions. Tomorrow, the ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Workshop will take place in collaboration with the ASEAN Innovation Business Platform. This networking workshop will feature designed to spark in-depth discussions and identify practical opportunities for collaboration between ASEAN and Korean stakeholders. Ladies and gentlemen, amid rapid technological innovation, I am confident that ASEAN and Korea can leverage sustainability and AI as mutually reinforcing forces, driving responsible innovation, fostering inclusive growth, and creating long-term value and a prosperous tomorrow. I thank you again for attending the ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Talks and hope that each session will serve meaningful value for sharing knowledge on regional ESG initiatives, AI policies, and new avenues for collaboration. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. Kim Jae-shin, the Secretary General of ASEAN-Korea Center, for your opening remarks. As you have mentioned, today we're going to look into the dynamics of the ESG as well as the AI transition. So make sure to stay with us until the very end, and also tomorrow's workshop in order to share your ideas. Well, now moving on, I would like to invite His Excellency Wong Kai-jun, the Ambassador Designate of Singapore to Republic of Korea, who is also the Chair of ASEAN Committee in Seoul. We're going to welcome him for his congratulatory remarks. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
His Excellency Kim Jae-shin, Secretary General of the ASEAN-Korea Center, Excellencies, distinguished guests and speakers, ladies and gentlemen, friends, good morning. 안녕하십니까? On behalf of the ASEAN Committee in Seoul, I would like to congratulate the ASEAN-Korea Center, together with its partners, the Yonsei University Digital Trade Research Center and ASEAN Innovation Business Platform, for organizing today's ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Talks. I am also personally grateful for the privilege of joining today's discussions on sustainable innovation, which is a key catalyst in helping us to advance the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. ASEAN is committed to the realization of the 2030 Agenda. Since the ASEAN Secretariat published its inaugural ASEAN SDGs Indicators Baseline Report in 2020, ASEAN and its member states have been further strengthening cooperation within the region to support policy making and monitor the progress of achieving the global SDG agenda at both the national and regional levels. Within ASEAN, there are frameworks in place, such as the ASEAN Economic Community Strategic Plan for 2026 to 2030, to promote economic integration, competitiveness, and sustainability across the region. Under the ASEAN-Korea Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, which was established last year, ASEAN and the ROK also agreed to build a smarter and more sustainable, resilient, and connected future. In this regard, I am pleased that the ASEAN-Korea Center is playing an active role to support both the implementation of the latest ASEAN Economic Community Strategic Plan and the ASEAN-ROK Comprehensive Strategic Partnership through this year's ASEAN-Korea Sustainable Innovation Talks. The talks are significant in at least 3 ways. First, they build upon the firm foundation of good work that has been carried out by the ASEAN-Korea Center over the years to support ASEAN-Korea ESG partnership, and that puts both sides in a stronger position to exchange knowledge on ESG trends and practices in both ASEAN and the ROK. Second, the talks will facilitate discussions on possible AI collaboration between ASEAN and the ROK, including collaboration to address issues such as climate change, and also to promote inclusivity and ensure responsible governance in AI. Through leveraging technology, we can yield many long-lasting benefits for both sides and the wider region. Third, today's talks will allow us to hear not only experts from ASEAN and the ROK, but also speakers who will present perspectives from the EU and the US in terms of their approaches to AI policies and governance. The inclusion of these different perspectives from beyond ASEAN and the ROK will enrich our discussions and enhance the quality of our dialogue and cooperation. In closing, on behalf of the ASEAN Committee in Seoul, I would like to reiterate my thanks to the ASEAN-Korea Center and its partners for organizing today's Sustainable Innovation Talks. I'm confident that these talks will contribute to the efforts made by both ASEAN and the ROK towards meeting our sustainable development goals. I wish you all fruitful discussions ahead. Thank you very much. Kamsahamnida.
Yes, thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. Wong Kai-jun, the Ambassador Designate of Singapore to Republic of Korea, for your congratulatory remarks.